Before their exile, the Highborne didn't just wield magic, they perfected it. Their spells bent time, their libraries held titan secrets, and their ambition shattered the world. But hidden in WoW's files, a deleted rebellion that nearly rewrote history. Zinashari was not just a city, it was a living weapon. The Highborne didn't merely cast spells, they rewrote reality in the streets. Take the Azure Vault. This wasn't just some stuffy library, it was a sentient arcane reactor where spells evolved on their own. Recent lore hints it held titan secrets, which explains how Azara became strong enough to bargain with Sargeras. Here's something in the novels never revealed in-game. The Highborn's Moonfire arcane magic. They didn't just worship a loon, they hijacked her power. Ritual daggers charged with lunar energy, spells that bent moonlight into weapons, all banned after the Sundering. And why? Because Tyrande knew this wasn't faith, it was theft. And buried in the vanilla alpha files for Azara, a quest called Secrets of the Vault, where you'd recover a living tome whispering Titan incantations. The content we're shown is for the Nightborn to be seen as feared, reckless power users, and the Night Elves as heroic, nature-wielding saviors. But in the cold light of day, they weren't so different. The official story? Highborne were banished. The truth? Some never left. The Moonclaw Tribe hid in Hyjul's shadows, blending arcane and druidic magic into something new. Imagine feral druids with mage spells. That's what Tyrande really feared. This was scrapped, but a Hyjal NPC remains with the last name Moonbear, a reference to the Claw faction, I'm sure. Now, Dathramar, that heroic exile, he stole the Crystal of Sindorai, a highborn superweapon on his way out. This crystal later powered the Sunwell. So in a way, the Blood Elves owe their magic to Grand Theft Arcane. Just now realizing I'm going through all of the different elves. If you would like a Blood Elf lore video, please let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to make one. Anyway, back on track. The beta files revealed a last Highborn stand event in Feralis. Night Elf forces were ambushed by mages screaming, "You banished us! Now face your mistake!" with tainted void magic. This wasn't just revenge, it was a declaration of war. But this was cut, of course, due to trying to keep a relative peace and indicate some kind of time heals all relationship between the Night Elves and the Highborn. Now, I mentioned Feralis. It is time for the Diamond's dirty secret. Now, the Chendralar, a faction of Highborn, claim they preserved knowledge. No, they farmed it by torturing satyr spirits into their books. Those Eldrith phantasm enemies, they are not guardians, they are victims. And Prince Torldren's madness? Original files revealed he was possessed by a void-corrupted, highborn ghost. There's cut dialogue of him sobbing, the whispers, make them stop, before attacking. And this changes everything. Had his tyranny not been a choice, it would have been some kind of grand plan. Old gods? Xal'atath's seed of destruction? If the Chendralar were forced to submit and feed off of this demon Imolthar, was it a punishment? One requested by Queen Azara, perhaps? It could have maybe even been touched upon in the deleted Azara raid in Vanilla. That's something we can go through in another video if you like. I have all of the stuff for that too. And anyway, just before we continue with the lore, Blizzard had actually planned a genocide from Tyrande. A deleted quest called the Highborne Insurrection tasked players with slaughtering Chandra. Now, I had read that one in a data mining forum, but I can't find it myself. So take that one as you will. But my assumption is, if they did intend to cut that, it was to prepare for the integration of Highborne into Teldrassil. Because you're not going to join a city if the Queen has just killed half of your people. So we fast forward a bit here, but Azara wasn't just absent in Legion, she was actually censored. Her original Nighthold appearance had her mock Tyrande, but it wasn't just trash talk, it was attempting to confirm that some Highborn never stopped serving her. Blizzard went a step further too, where her beta model had Highborn tattoos, glowing arcane brands, scrubbed last minute. And for her fight, she was gonna summon Highborn ghost ads, screaming for the Queen. Imagine the lore implications for that. But unfortunately, the reason they cut this, it was too complex for casual players. An interview with Dave Kosak, the lead narrative designer for Legion. Early Nighthold drafts had Azara appear physically to taunt Tyrande about the Highborn's true loyalty. We trimmed it, along with her Highborn themed ads, to keep the raid story more focused for players who didn't know the 10,000 year backstory. Now, personally, I would like to find as much of this content as I possibly can, because how much of the devs removed to keep the casual, non-lore focused players happy? From just this video alone, the Highborn were not just the faction around before the Sundering. They weren't just mages, the Highborn were revolutionaries. Their deleted rebellions prove one thing: Blizzard rewrote history to paint them as villains. But with Dragonflight having explored Titan arcane links, maybe their true legacy is just beginning. Thank you so much for watching. We're at 200 subscribers now, which is just insane. I will continue to create these videos for you guys, and please do subscribe if this content is for you. If you have any ideas or suggestions, that would be really appreciated. But until next time, have a lovely day. Thank you so much.